to our video. Hey, we're going to tell you a great story today. It's a story of when we went to The Price is Right in 2007.
Yep.
All right, now, The Price is Right in its current form has been on television here in America on CBS since September of 1972, hosted by Bob Barker. And after the 35th season, an unprecedented run, after it started in October 2006, Bob Barker announced he was retiring from the show. And being lifelong fans of the show,
we knew it was going to be our last chance to go out and see the show with him in person.
Mm-hmm. So we decided on a spring break from college in March of 2007, we were going to do it. So we did it. Yep. And we went out there and we went to stay with a good friend of ours, Chris, who is watching this vlog. Hi, Chris. We'll come see you again someday, we promise. But anyway, we knew going in that the show was massively popular and everyone was coming. Now, the way the show works is that you write in for tickets and they send out a lot more tickets than there are seats. So it's first come, first served. Knowing that, we decided, now we were going to see the show on a Monday and they were taping 2 shows on that Monday. We decided to drive by Television City, where the show tapes, on Sunday afternoon. And this was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And there were already people on the sidewalk.
A couple dozen.
Yeah, a couple dozen people, about 20, if I remember my count correctly. Yeah, so we decided, okay, we better get in line.
Of course, the good thing is they were taping 2 shows on that day, so they weren't all for the same show we were seeing.
Mm-hmm. Most of the people in front of us were there for the first show, and we were for the second show. So here's a couple photos that you'll see. These were the people in front of us, and these were the people behind us. Unfortunately, we don't have any photos of us on the sidewalk outside of CBS. So we slept on the sidewalk, and there was one person in particular that I will always remember on that sidewalk. Now, mind you, there was security, so we were safe. We didn't have to worry about getting mugged or anything in L.A.
It was an electric atmosphere on that sidewalk because everybody there was a big fan of the show.
Yes, dedicated fans of the show. But there's one person in particular I remember. There's a game on The Price is Right called That's Too Much. And the way the game works is that you're playing for a car and they keep showing you prices going up for the car. And the moment you see a price that is higher than the price of the car, you're supposed to shout something out. And this lady was shouting out the gimmick continually most of the night. Are you ready? I'm going to do it for you. That's too much, Bob!
And you just hear her yell that every so often. And then she ended up getting on the show.
Yeah, but no, she was there for the first show.
Right.
She was the show prior to the one we watched. And she got on the show. She didn't play That's Too Much, though.
And I forgot what she played, but I think she won a TV.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But anyway, so 6 a.m. comes and the pages come out and they give us order of arrival slips that cements our place in line so we can go put our stuff away, have some breakfast, and then come back.
By that point, the line was blocks and blocks long.
Yes, they were going way down Fairfax Avenue. I remember looking back, and they were going well past there was a farmer's market next door to Television City, and they were going on down the street, at least a block and a half, 2 blocks, hundreds of people. It was an amazing sight to see. You know, it's like a Roman army marching onto the streets of L.A., you know. Anyway, so we come back, and then we start the processing, and that's when we get our Price is Right name tags. And these are the name tags we had. We still have them to this day.
Yeah.
And it's so neat.
And we were close to the beginning of the line, too,
oh,
for the
yes.
second show.
We also got these cards here. They're numbered cards. Here's Greg's. I was number 7. And Greg was number 8. Chris was number 6.
For that particular show.
Yeah, you could see yours has a little bit of your name tag on the bottom of it there, because you wore these under your name tag until right before the show started.
You're supposed to tear them off.
Yeah. Some people don't sometimes. You see that. But anyway, so how it works is that they told us all what was going to happen, and then they take us a few at a time, and then the producers interview us, and that's how they pick the contestants. And they don't tell you you're going to be a contestant.
Bob, it's Laura Steiner. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Laura. Oh, she's squealing down there. She's jumping down there. She's jumped into contestants row. Laura, I welcome you to contestants row. I get the impression that you are plumb happy about being called. Are you crying or?
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but those are tears of happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are happy.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And you're here to win a nice prize.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're judging reactions, who's going to be an energetic contestant, and then you wait, and then you go into the studio, because there's like 300 people they have to talk to. It takes a while.
We were toward the beginning.
Mm-hmm. We're toward the beginning, so we had a long time to wait before, and you have to go through the metal detector too. Yeah. But anyway, then they take you into the studio. You go up a couple of stairways, and then all of a sudden you're in the back of television heaven. If you've ever seen The Price is Right, if you've ever watched the 70s version of Match Game, if you've ever watched the Carol Burnett show, you know what a broadcasting heaven Studio 33 at CBS Television City is.
And just stepping in there is magical.
Yes, you knew, oh my God, I've seen those studios so many times, And you go around the back, and we're all the way down on the front row. Right there's contestants row, And I was in heaven. I was looking all over the place, and all of a sudden, because they were behind on time, the announcer Rich Fields come out and did his warm up, and all of a sudden the show started.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know what I was looking at.
So that kind of, you can see us right there in the beginning of the show, and that kind of blank look you have is why.
Yeah, I didn't know the show was starting. I was just looking around all the cameras and all the equipment, because that's what I do for a living. I work at a TV station. So it's like I'm in a big Hollywood studio. So naturally, I'm looking around the stuff I don't get to see ordinarily at home, because I see the show all the time.
And it was so loud.
Oh yeah, they warned us before the show. That you cannot hear when they call the first 4 contestants. You cannot hear. So look at, and on each side of the audience, they're holding up cards with names on them of the contestants, and that's how the first 4 knows they're coming down. When Bob was introduced and came out, it was so loud in there.
Everybody jumped up to their feet and were screaming at the top of their lungs.
We ourselves included, and then the show just continues from there. Now, during the show, there's a couple of very interesting things that the home audience didn't see when the show aired on April 4th. Now, at the beginning of the second segment, and this goes in line with what we told you about how the contestants aren't told they're going to be contestants. The first time, the wrong contestant came on down, and then they decided to stop and start the segment over. Okay, they come up, and Rich Fields kind of bungled the name up, and the contestant missed his cue to come on down, because they want to make it look like it's still exciting at home. It's not really part of the game that's being played. So that led to something that the home audience would never understand.
All right, Rich,
yes, sir.
In a nice, clear voice, tell us the name of our next player.
Bob, it's going to be Gary Nichols. Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Right.
Here comes Gary. Beautiful. Right there's your spot. What are we bidding on next?
So Bob said that, and we were all laughing, and nobody at
home knew what was going on. Only us in the studio knew. Later on, they played Hole in One, and the thing about Hole in One is that it's always the game's always where if you make a putt, you win a car. But Bob always does an inspiration putt to show how easy it is.
I'm going try to make this an inspiration putt. Things have not been going real well for me on this putting, but I have a feeling that today is going to be a pretty good day. Right in the heart of that hole.
And people on the crew always bet on whether he's going to make the putt or not backstage. And you can't see off camera, everyone is watching. And Bob notices it and says this.
And look at them waving the money around backstage. Now, you know what's going to happen. The Vice Squad is going to close all of you guys down back there.
After he said that, everyone on the crew darts and hides behind set pieces and whatever. And that's one of the last times he ever took an inspiration putt, you know. That's the kind of magic we miss with this show. Of course, we talked about that before in a previous vlog. If you haven't seen that vlog, I'll leave a card up here linking to that. But anyway, so just as quick as it started, it ended.
Yeah.
That hour went by fast.
And they only had to stop a couple of times, you know, because of some elaborate setups.
Mm-hmm. But it was a well-oiled machine. They were very efficient. They did the show in almost real time, you know.
It took about an hour.
Yeah, and most shows today are just so edited and pieced together. It can take 3 hours to tape an hour show. It's just the way television post-production is. And then after the show, Bob thanked us for being there, and we went on our way. We were out in the street just as soon as you knew it. And that wasn't the only game show we saw that week, by the way. No. We also went and saw Jeopardy in person. These are a couple postcards we still have from that week as well. As a matter of fact, it says on the back, the shows I saw today air the week of June 25th, and that was in 2007 also.
Yeah, we had to see 2 shows that day.
Yeah, because they do 5 of those in a day. They do 3 with one audience and take a lunch or dinner or whatever and come back and do 2 more. And we saw the second 2 shows. But it's the cool thing about that was that we were working as interns at an NBC station at the time that aired the show. It's in syndication, of course. And I was able to get copies of the episodes for our own personal collection. So that was pretty neat. So overall, it's being at the Price is Right was a very, very, very fun experience. And the show's different now. It's done a little differently now.
Yeah, the audience is booked differently.
Mm-hmm. But that was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us. And I am so, so happy and so, so glad we did it. You know, because we'll never have another experience like that again in our lives. You know, and I didn't mind sleeping on a sidewalk all night.
But I don't think you slept at all.
No, I don't think I slept, and our friend Chris, I don't think he slept either.
I bought a sleeping bag just for that trip. I got maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, you sure did. And of course, we did lots of other stuff in LA. We went to LA a second time in 2008, and we haven't been back since, but we will go again someday. So that's our story. Have you been to a show? Have you been somewhere that's very memorable? Leave us a comment down below with what you think of our story and any stories you might have. We'd like to hear about those as well. Remember, we're going to do a Q&A video coming up soon. So if you have any questions that you want us to answer, also leave a comment down below or find our post on social media where I ask for the questions, we ask for the questions, and let us know what your questions are, and we're going to do that Q&A video real soon, okay?
Yep.
Alright, if you like this video,
hit the like button.
And please hit the subscribe button if you're new to this channel and would like to join us for all of our future videos. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell.
Ding.
Then you get notified when we upload the new videos. It's as simple as that. And we thank you for joining us here on our channel. We love you very much, and we'll see you next time. Bye.